Hello, I'm Sarah with That Hashtag Show, talking with Brooke and Savannah, stars of Cruel Intentions. Hello, ladies. So nice to talk to you.
Hi, nice to talk to you too.
Talk to you too, Brooke. You and I chatted at the Strangers premiere very briefly, which was such a good time. And Savannah loved you as Monet in the Gossip Girl reboot. I'm just going to say we wanted that show to focus on you so badly
Thank you. That's so
because
sweet.
you were so good and that character was well written. It is what it is. It's fine.
Thank you.
And you're so great. Both of you are so great in this. I want to ask you, since both of you are not unfamiliar to reboot territory, what are some of the pressures that come with doing a reboot film or television show like Cruel Intentions?
I think just the pressures of, how it's going to be received. So many people hold, the original material very close to their hearts,
Near and dear.
near and dear, and are ride or die for it. And I, as a viewer, I've experienced that too, where I'm like, no, like please don't touch that. It was perfect. But sometimes, it really depends on how new it is, how similar and
They handle that.
yeah, how they handle the differences and the similarities. And I think with Cruel Intentions specifically, Sarah and Phoebe did a great job of striking that balance where
Absolutely.
it really feels new, but
Yeah.
it still feels like Cruel Intentions. The tone is there, the power play is there, the raunchiness and the taboo stuff. Like everything is still there, but there's different characters. It's a new take.
They play homage to it really nicely, but it's definitely a new world. It's new scenarios. It's not going to twist the way that I think people expect it to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really great about it. And I think it's always, the battle of it, but they did a phenomenal job. And I think the way the whole cast has brought these characters to life, they're very dynamic. What's great about a series is you can really invest in these characters and really see them go through a ton of different scenarios. You can see way more in 8 episodes than you ever would in a movie, unless you want to watch an 8-hour movie. But I think there's something really great about that.
Yeah,
that
I agree.
You
And
really
with
get to
an
see
ensemble
in this.
cast,
And you get to see a ton of her in it. So now you really get to see the focus of Savannah.
Oh.
Absolutely. Now, Cruel Intentions for me, the movie, and Dangerous Liaisons were movies I was not allowed to watch. My mother was like, "You're not seeing that." So, like, I had to go to Blockbuster, R.I.P. And sneak it to like the cool friend's house. You know what I mean? Like the cool parents. And like
That didn't
hide
care.
that. So is there a movie like that for you guys or a show growing up that was very much the clutch your pearls, like, oh my God, I shouldn't be watching this like film or show for you?
Ooh,
I mean, I definitely had a moment with Cruel Intentions.
yeah.
Like I didn't tell my parents I watched it. I clutched the pearls. I was definitely like, oh, what is this? An older friend had suggested like, you should see this movie. And I remember watching it and being like, what am I watching? So I definitely had that with this show, with this movie for sure.
I think for me, like I love horror movies. I love scary movies. I always have. My mom does not. Okay. And I remember when Paranormal Activity came out, like all those movies kept coming out, I was obsessed with them. And my mom was like, you can't watch those. No, they're bad for your brain. It's gonna give you nightmares, all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You know better. And then I would go.
Your mom.
And I would watch it.
See you later.
Jonathan, for him, he said it was The Ring, so he also had a scary movie.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah. So I
Scary
love that.
movies are the theme here.
And so then for my final thing for the two of you, give our audience the pitch. Tell everyone why they need to check out Cruel Intentions when it hits Prime Video.
I think people are going to love it because we keep the same tone, we keep the taboo, we keep the scandal, but I do think there's a lot of new twists and turns in it, and I don't think we're going to end it the way that you think we're going to end it. So I think viewers are going to be in for a wild ride with these characters.
Yeah, I think that, it's the fun part about shows like this as a viewer is you get to expect the unexpected and you get to look forward to not knowing what's going to happen next and being thrown off. And, this is a show that's going to, leave you thinking. And maybe you watch episode 1 to 4 and have an idea about a character. And then you watch the next 2 and you have a different idea. But I think that's going to really keep people engaged and excited about it.
And I think you get to deal with the drama and the chaos without actually being in it.
Right.
And I think that's the great part about series like this is
Yeah.
you get to like touch your toe in, but then be like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
And have fun
No
with
consequences.
yeah.
Yeah.
with the rich and powerful.
Mm-hmm.